Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We have the second place deck profile from our GameNation Win-A-Mat tournament today. What's your name and what did you play?
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. Played Blackwing, tried and true. Finished second place today.
Very nice. Second out of 24 players. Alright, and you won this lovely hamster mat?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's like I won a regional, or a YCS, but I actually didn't. Just won GameNation, but like, it was very hard today. Bracket was really tough.
Very cool. Why don't we get into the deck profile?
Cool. So it's Blackwings, almost the same deck list from the one I played before. The main deck hasn't changed. The 3 of everything, and then the limited cards. Not value, but it's still at 1 in my deck.
So I see you're not playing Gores in the main deck. How do you feel about Gores?
So this is based off of Jimmy's deck list, which he profiled earlier. He's playing Gores. I actually copied his deck list. At least it's based off of that, and then I cut Gores because it conflicted too much with the deck. Every time I had it, it was really bad. Even though he likes it, I tried it, it just didn't work out for me. I don't know if I didn't play it correctly or I let my back row sit too long, but every time I did draw Gores, it never came out. So I cut it.
Cool. Let's move on to the spells.
And you need 3 boards before anyone asks. You need to max out the names. And the spells are the same as always. They're all limited to 1. They're all really, except for Whirlwind.
Appreciate you, man.
Makes sense.
I asked Jimmy earlier how many rounds did he draw Whirlwind? He told me 5 out of 5. I drew it 2 out of 5 rounds. So it was definitely Jimmy's day today to draw Whirlwind.
Didn't stop you though.
Yeah, trap cards next.
Nope.
Judgment. These are limited cards. They're limited to 1 in my deck.
Oh my god.
And then we go 2s, we go 3s, and then we go 3s again. So the changes from a few months ago are this is now in the main deck, Oppression's at 1 in the main deck, and I've cut down from 6 draw traps to just 2 and playing 40 main deck cards.
Makes sense. So the other Blackwing player was playing both Royal Oppression in his side, and you got 1 on the main. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I had to cut something to get to 40, and it happened to be a draw trap, a Gores, and Oppression. So the difference is between Jimmy and I, he's playing Gores and extra draw trap, a 3rd one, and I'm playing 3rd Prism and 1 Oppression main. That's the only difference that I know of.
Speaking of 3rd Prism, how do you feel about the 3rd one?
Siding is harder now because I'm not playing so many cards that are like blanks, and I am siding out 1 a lot of times, especially versus like Lightsworn. Arcus is annoying, Rykos are annoying, Frogs, well, Unifrog's is annoying, but I have to be super picky now when I side. So I have to be a bit more cautious to not like use them too early. Sometimes if I draw like this, and plus maybe like, I don't know, Torrential, I'll try to hold the Prism, because I want to keep it for like the late game Stardust or late game Big Guy. But aside from that, I really still enjoy it.
Very nice. Are there any other main deck cards that you might consider swapping out for what you've got here?
This is actually, I think, perfect. I know I said that last time, but the meta's always changing, and at the moment it's perfect. I think the best card of my deck is probably Torrential Tribute. I don't know why I wasn't playing it sooner. It's just a blowout. People walk into it, and I try to look like 3 or 4 at a time sometimes. It's so strong. Everything else is great. Deck dev is new. I did deck dev for game 1 time today. Just the knowledge is so important. And this is at 2 because I have to say it 4.
That makes sense.
I think that's all. Let's do. Let's do extra board. The Gores token for the Gores I don't play. Double. These are unchanged from before. Everything's very standard. This I never used it, but I am siding Cyber Dragons.
Makes sense. You've got the 2nd Armor Master in there. A lot of people, well, not necessarily a lot of people, but some people are on the 1 Armor Master to make extra room in the extra deck. How do you feel about that?
I think you still need 2 Armor Masters because sometimes you'll hard make it with Gale. It's very good against Lightsworn, and I'd rather have it than not have it. Some people cut it for another option, but I still think this is better as a secondary versus another option.
So you wouldn't play anything like Mistworm?
No. If I'm committing to Mistworm, that usually means I can also make Brian Act, which will do the same thing usually with less cards.
Makes sense.
And then let's go sideboard. Dinah, Thunder King, 2 Crows, 2 Cyber Dragon, Mind Control, Crossout, Deck Devastation, Light Mirror, Oppression, 2 Rug, and 2 Dust. So this is very different from before as well. Mostly based off of Jimmy's deck list again, even the side deck. Differences are I took the Oppression put in the main, and then this is my 15 card that I like, which I never used today because I never drew it.
Makes sense. So for Light Mirror, a lot of Blackwing decks are taking Skill Drain as a more diverse side deck option that basically does the same thing with the negates. What do you think about that?
It was a consideration, but I'm losing the Lightsworn a lot. They're just too gambly and too sacky, and if they have a Royal Decree, then this sucks no matter what I have. So I'd rather kind of hate one deck specifically, which is Lightsworn in this case, than be good against kind of a little bit more variety of decks, but it's 50-50. Depends on the meta and whatever else is playing here. Here's a lot of Lightsworns. I played Will today, he's playing Lightsworns. He got 4th place.
Yeah. And then in terms of other stuff you've got going, Mind Control and Knock kind of target the same part of the Lightsworn game, which is the setting of the hamsters and Raikou.
Right.
When that happens, if they don't get hamsters or Raikou, those cards kind of don't work as well. So how do you feel about the fact that you've got like multiple cards in your side deck to target that specific part of their game plan?
I know, I've got so much for Lightsworn. Crossout, Mind Control, they do the same thing, yes, but at different parts in the game. So Crossout's really good early game when they're setting up, and Mind Control's good when they drop a JD on you and you have to clear it somehow, or Chaos Sword because there's Twilight too. They do the same thing, but if I play 1 and 1, it means I'll see hopefully at least one of them. So instead of 2 Crossout, it's Mind Control, 1 Crossout.
That makes sense.
I think everything was used today except for rugs. I didn't play against anything that needed rugs. Everything else went in there. Yeah. Didn't use rugs.
Makes sense. Cool. Before we sign off, any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to GameNation for putting on another amazing event. Shoutouts to the Blue Henry for being the Blue, and the rest of the community. 2025 Toronto Edison is going to be popping off and already has. We've got, I think, 3 big tournaments already this year, and it's only going to get better. Thank you all for watching.
Sweet. See you in the next one.